know what sin x plus cosine x equals tangent?
Imaginary number.
You know that?
Yeah.
At the math that we are taught, we're not really going to use it in everyday life.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
And so many
Yes,
like,
we're not.
Some geometry in 10th grade.
something with the paradox.
No, it's like, oh my God.
Shahi Brooks, philosophy.
Zula, political science.
I'm Austin Jones. I'm majored in finance and information systems.
My name is Dee. My major is fashion merchandising.
KJ, biology.
My name is Zaire. I'm a psychology major. Going to med school.
So you smart?
I'm fake smart.
Kalia, criminal justice.
I don't know what my fake name is.
My name is Real, and my major is business with a minor in fashion merchandising.
Michelle?
Michelle. My name is Michelle, and I'm a psych major.
I'm Erica Harrison, and I'm majoring in public relations.
Z, biology.
My name is Jed. I'm a mass media major with a concentration in film.
Chrissy, business major.
I'm Zai, I was sociology.
My name is Chelsea, and I'm a bio major.
Ryan, public health major.
My name is Charlotte, and my major is business marketing.
In geometry. Can you give me the 4 main types of transformations?
Transformations?
Yeah.
In geometry?
Yeah.
This is
Well, you're
a
talking
lot.
about this is triangles, right?
Have y'all taken geometry before?
Yes.
Okay. No? Okay. So my
Wait, how are you?
that's a required class.
You
gotta take geometry to graduate in America.
Like 10th grade.
Like 10th grade. How are you in college? Or at least 11. Oh, we can.
What are you talking about transformation like?
What you doing, Mom?
Kinda.
I know.
Translation,
Translation, reflection.
The one that go up.
Correlation? No, that's not
Horizontal.
Wait, I remember this. I love geometry. It's my favorite subject in high school.
Yes, that's actually one of them.
Rotation.
There we go.
Rotation, that's the 180.
Yeah.
I never learned dilation. My teacher was dumb.
Yeah, that's.
He barely came to class. Like, if I could have given him a grade, I would have given him a D.
Dang, that's tough.
There's one that flips over
That's
the
the
axis.
reflection.
Reflection.
Determination or something, right?
No.
No.
This is the image, and if you move the up,
It's translation.
There we go.
Okay. Translation.
The one that flip.
Yeah.
Right there.
The one that go like this. I know. Yeah.
What's the one that flips directly down?
Transfusion.
No, not transfusion.
Reflect.
Yeah, reflection.
And then wait. So rotation, reverse. No. The 360. I don't know what that is. I know my stuff, but it's just not there.
I'm gonna just believe that you know it. All right, cool. Trig identity. Sine squared x plus cosine squared x.
What?
Sine, sin or sine?
Sine squared x. Cosine.
What you say?
Tangent.
Shit. Say it one more time.
Cosecant.
Sine squared.
You got tangent x squared.
Secant squared x.
You remember?
I think it's tangent x squared.
Never
I'm
mind.
on f of g of x right now. I'm not
Okay.
even all the way in.
That's trigonometry, right?
It's 1.
Oh.
If you can remember, when was the last time you had a black male as a teacher?
His name was Mr. Vaughn. He taught math, and I actually had gotten a D in his class.
I've never had a black man as my teacher. Oh, I had a black Spanish teacher. He's a black man Spanish teacher.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did. Definitely in elementary school, I had more black than white. Middle school, I went to a diverse school. It was mainly white, so it kind of faded out. But elementary, yeah.
I had a black man as my 9th grade algebra teacher.
What about
the best math teacher? Yeah.
I had a black male teacher in elementary school. His name was Mr. Ford. He was real cool, but not in middle school, not in high school, not in college.
I did. At middle school, he taught math. Yeah, math.
What about before college?
Okay, before college. No.
No, not a male.
No.
Yes, one. He was a history teacher in high school. He taught gym.
Okay.
Gym teacher, yeah.
All right.
Yes, I did.
No, I did not.
No?
No.
I had a black math teacher, a black career prep teacher, and I had a black PE teacher and a black history teacher.
Freshman year of high school. It was college preparation.
I had a black teacher in middle school, but I lived in Brazil. So if you're looking for like American statistics, no, I never had a black teacher in America.
I'm about to fall.
You good?
I've had black teachers all my life.
all white.
Like
No, I had a black woman.
about 3, 4. I'm in a black county. Like I grew up in a black county.
All right, what about you?
No, I have black women teachers.
No males.
I had a black male algebra 2 teacher, Mr. McGee.
Hey. All right, what about you?
Nada.
No? Do you think it matters when students have like black males as their teachers? Do you think it makes a difference?
I'm saying you got to be able to see people that represent you, right? People that you feel like you can relate to, people that you're gonna have some level of respect for, admiration for, whatever. And it's not to say that you're not gonna respect people from other cultures, but a black male is somebody that represents you, as a black guy. So I think it's important, and I think that's something that we need to work on.
It is important that we have people that look like us to teach us. That's the issue. A lot of teachers, that go into inner cities, they don't look like, they don't look like you, and you cannot relate.
What is the most recent math class that y'all have taken?
Calculus.
Or what was the most recent?
Calc 1 and Calc 2.
Okay.
I took calculus last year.
Okay, cool. So if I ask y'all some calculus questions, y'all should get them?
Absolutely not.
I got some calculus questions for you.
About it, no.
Okay. So
You messed up our video, buddy.
Right, what are you doing?
can you give me the derivative of e to the x?
E. Oh yeah, E. That's it. That part. No, it really is.
It's E, right?
Can you tell me the derivative of e to the x?
No.
What's sine squared x plus cosine squared x? What grade you got in calculus?
75. But it's called calculus biological science. So it's Calc 1 and Calc 2, but they use bio terms.
Oh, okay.
From med school.
Gotcha.
I told you I'm fake smart. I just passed the test.
You were close.
E to the X is E to the X.
All right, you know your stuff.
You took your
All right. Okay, so the imaginary unit I, what is that equal to?
1. No. It ain't 1.
No.
I. Oh wait, I. Wait. I know this. I remember I.
Do you know what sin x plus cosine x equals tangent?
Imaginary number
You know
I.
that?
Yeah. Can you give me the formula for the volume of a sphere?
Oh, what?
Volume of a sphere?
1/2 pi r squared. No.
It's like diameter.
Times the length and the height or some shit like that.
No, for you said what? You said the area of a sphere.
Pi equals 1x squared. No, that's wrong.
It's like 1/2 the diameter
1/2 pi r
times.
squared times
I forgot.
times the diameter. So that's the height.
I never knew
You
the
gotta do the
spheres.
surface area times the length and the width.
I'm gonna Google it.
360 degrees.
Kind
That's
of.
not the answer, though.
I feel like you have a different formula because I definitely didn't have that one.
I don't remember.
The math done changed up a little bit, huh?
This is rocket science.
You know how a lot of people don't like math, right?
Yeah.
All right, so
I have the highest grade in my pre-calc.
That's my least like subject.
and what do you think is the hardest part about math in general?
They don't have teachers that are committed to helping them.
Math?
They just throw the equation stuff at them.
Time, okay?
Math is
I honestly feel that the math that we are taught, we're not really gonna use it in everyday life. That's how I feel. Yes, we're not gonna use all
All
that.
them numbers and letters and all
Yeah,
that.
we're not gonna use all that.
Remember, you don't go through that with
As long as you know how to count, multiply, add, subtract, the basics, I feel like you're good.
Okay.
But then on A, T, Y, Z,
Right.
I think math makes you look at numbers, and numbers can be intimidating when it's not something you encounter every day. Because for me, I'm a words person.
I think it's because there's always one right answer. People like when there's some level of ambiguity, right? So with science or any other history, whatever it is, it can be left to interpretation. You can kind of add your own kind of flavor to it. Math is not like that. It's straight up 1 + 1 = 2. So I think people have an issue with that, especially with algebra, geometry, and as you advance. So
Okay, cool.
Well, I like math, and I feel like as a doctor, you do need some of that stuff. But I mean, a lot of it isn't necessary. But
say if you wanted to change career paths to be an engineer, you would need that.
But I also think it's how you're taught it. A lot of people are taught it in a way that we don't embrace the everyday, but it's like, oh, in case you need to do make a graph. I'm like, I'm not going to do that every day. So I think if math was taught more practically, it would be more susceptible for students. But since it's not, it just seems like a foreign language.
A translation. You have to decode numbers and maths.
No pun intended.
There's things that you have to remember. And I think also it's the logical process of it. Like, most people just get scared because it's just unrecognizable and it's a different type of language. So I think most people don't retain formulas, they don't retain all of these ways of math because one, you don't use it, and two, it's not the language that you use to get by and communicate in the world. So,
but I think it should be more of a language.
Really
I just don't know how.
Like finance,
I think financial literacy. I don't know if you can do anything about this, but I think financial literacy should be a like, what do you call that, requirement in college?
I agree.
But it's not. And like, I'm
in high school even.
Right, and I'm my first year out of college, and honestly, it's like I'm learning. I think a lot of part of adulting is understanding how to manage your money. And I'm doing it by trial and error, which is not fair for generational inequalities. Like, I'm trying to
I teach 11th grade.
See, they gotta learn
and it's
this
like
stuff.
they're going to college. And
it's like once you turn 18, like they start coming after you for credit cards, for all types of different things.
But they do it on purpose because they know you don't speak that language.
That's true. That's true. Do you think you can ever be a teacher?
No.
Why not?
I don't like kids.
Yeah, it's a no for me.
It's a no for me.
I used to think I could, but I'm going to say no, being realistic, because I'm very active and busy, so I wouldn't have time to, teach kids, get up early in the morning for kids, because I struggle with that already.
I would have loved to be a teacher. I love kids. And the reason why I did not become a teacher was because of the pay. They paid that, and that's the only reason. That was my second major education.
I could, only because in high school, I was in a lot of activism and leadership positions, and I was always teaching and educating. And I find it fulfilling to teach people and to educate. So if I could educate kids, because one thing I can't stand is ignorance. I hate for somebody to be ignorant.
I mean, I was in a class where a whole bunch of students used to disrespect our teacher. So, I don't think I could do that because I would have cussed one of them kids out.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up for Public Interview Episode 4. Appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in Episode 5. Yeah.
What's your name on YouTube?
Almond with the sauce.
He walking right through. Whoop.
All right, so
all of them.
it's all good. I'm
interview.
Hey, check this out, Almond. There's only one YouTuber out here. My name is Ben on TV. That's dead.
Oh, not in the middle of my video.
Geometry sucks.